It took me almost dying to stop and go, hey, this isn't worth it. Being big is not worth dying.
You're taking drugs, you're trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're getting sicker and sicker and sicker. That's bigorexia.
I'm not a morning person.
Dedicated to being passionate about it.
Bodybuilders have become more lazy.
People have always thought I lift fake weights. Iran and the United States.
You take responsibility for that.
What's up, Mike?
What's up, stud?
How you doing? Good to see you.
Dude, I'm doing good, my man. It's always good to see you.
Always great to see you, man.
Well, you're a research genius when it comes to this stuff. You've done your diligence on the world of health and fitness and bodybuilding, man. So
I always look forward to our conversations, man. How do you feel about the Logan Paul fight with Mayweather? Because it's like, a lot of people are complaining about it because they're saying it's the value of boxing, but it's actually very entertaining to a certain degree, right? How do you feel about it?
I think I go back to the aspect that it's entertaining. It's entertaining. That's what society wants to see. For me, I won't watch it or nothing, but I understand the concept of it. You know, I understand that it's entertaining and people want to see it and stuff. I said this to some old time bodybuilders that don't have a big following on social media. They're like, I won the titles, I won all this, and I don't get the respect I deserve. And it's like, it's the world, it changes. You got to keep adapting, you got to keep going, you got to keep moving with it. It's a personality. Bruce Lee and Arnold made it because of their personalities. If they were boring cardboard, they wouldn't have made it, regardless of what their talents were. And I think the same thing with Paul Logan gets, or I think that's his name, right?
Logan Paul, yeah.
He gets under people's skin, and so people want to see him get his ass kicked, and he markets it.
Right.
It's like social media guys that do the natty or not. They're nobody, but you can at least put videos out of somebody and get people to go and jump in on it, so it makes them famous in a sense. So it's the same. Anything you can trigger to get society to follow you, it works.
That's interesting.
What do you think of the fights?
Well, I mean, it's clearly going to be Mayweather who's going to win, but I think the point is there's always the element of what if, you know what I mean? What if he catches him with some crazy shot, you know what I mean? Or plus maybe people just want to see, Logan Paul get beat up, like you said. I think that's probably a big portion of the people that want to see that.
I know that for me and the people around me, they just want to see him get his ass kicked.
Right.
And he's smart, and he's okay with that he knows a big majority. I don't know who said it, but they said, love me or hate me, I'm getting paid. I don't know if it was Conor McGregor or Mayweather or somebody, but they said they love me or they hate me, I'm still getting paid.
Right.
That's what that Logan Paul guy is doing, and he's doing it great. I mean, I think we'd like to see Mayweather fight both brothers.
Yeah. I think the biggest concern is what's happening with the sport, Like you often hear, people always say it's bad for the sport, it's bad for this. You hear it in bodybuilding too. Like people said, you mentioned Rich Piana. People used to say he's bad for bodybuilding, Like a lot of pro bodybuilders behind the scenes would say he's terrible for bodybuilding, right? Like, because he's not a pro, but he's more popular than the pros. And it's almost like become a situation where you're taking the big spotlight away from the guys that are on the stage competing. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't think it's right or wrong to that, right? Like, ultimately, it's the audience decides what's in demand, right? And that's a supply and demand situation.
Yeah. How many great actors knew martial arts and made it famous off of that? They weren't great actors, but they were great martial artists, so they could do it. So in this sense, it's personality over physique. He had a great personality. People loved him. And so, yeah, he makes it big. And I can understand them saying, well, yeah, but it makes us look bad. And it's one of those things that we're trying to hold on to the old days, and it's changing quick.
Very quick.
It's changing so quick. And so I understand boxing in the sense how they may feel like it's dropping it, but these guys are making more money and more pay-per-views than the champion boxers. So I don't know how that comes into play. It makes the most for a college. it's the guy's football team. So
Right.
he can make something big, I guess, is what the society is all about now.